Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to talk about Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus, because for me Mechanicus is the best Warhammer 40,000 game of 2018. So let's jump in, let's have a talk and let's take a look at this turn-based strategy game. Now for those of you who know me, I don't really do reviews when it comes to Warhammer 40,000 games. I basically jump on, I play the game, show it off. You know, sometimes I lose my mind and then I leave up to you chaps to decide if it's a good game or not. I'm just here for the ride, just to show it off and all that kind of jazzy stuff. But for Mechanicus, I thought I'd have to do something different, because this has been one of the most funnest experience I've had in a 40k game since the Dawn of War series games. And when I say Dawn of War, you know, the original Dawn of War Retribution, Dawn of War 2, all that kind of stuff. It takes me back to that kind of era where I just completely lost myself in the gameplay, the story, the dialogue, the music, the sound design. Everything in Mechanicus is absolutely amazing. When looking at Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus, I want to start on how the game actually describes itself. It describes itself as a turn-based tactical game, and I don't think it does itself justice here, because not only is it a turn-based tactical game, it is also a role-playing game as well. I know, yes, it is one of those games, because in this game you have some absolutely fantastic story, which I may add is been written by Ben Counter, who is a known Black Library author. You have some epic dialogue between the characters which are set in this game. There's different factions of the Mechanicus which are in this game. Each have their own agenda in the game. Some want to hoard the Xenos tech, some want to purge the Xenos tech. It's up to you as the player to decide what route you want to take and how you want to play this game. These choices are made even more clear when you deploy your units throughout missions. When you enter each room, you are given a choice on a scenario that pops up. Sometimes it could be a dead Sacratus, sometimes it's some broken technology, sometimes it's something to do with the Necrons, and you have a choice on how to proceed. Sometimes you want to sneak past, sometimes you want to blow stuff up, sometimes you want to repair it. Whatever action you take will have a consequence. Sometimes you get some cognition points, sometimes you get some Blackstone currency for the game, sometimes a member of your party will take damage. And then this adds to the tactical overview of the missions as well. So if a member of your party does take damage along the route and you finally do reach the end room where you do your final battle to complete the mission, your whole tactical mind changes now, because that member of your party which had full HP now has maybe a quarter, half HP, and he can't be used in a way that you were planning to use him because of the choices you've made which has done him damage. The battles themselves are something special in this game as well. I know a lot of people complain about Warhammer games being turn-based games. There is a lot of turn-based games out on the market for Warhammer products. That's because Warhammer itself is a turn-based game, and that's how the game works best. Now with Mechanicus, I feel that the combat is one of the strongest aspects of this game. When I deploy my forces, sometimes I go in there with full of confidence. Yeah, I'm going to completely mop the floor with these Necrons, they're going to have no chance. But it only takes a couple of few missed shots, a couple of, you know, wrong decisions, and the game can really turn around and you can be on the back foot very, very quickly, and your whole team can be wiped out within a matter of turns. So the pressure, the tactical awareness you need going into these games is very, very high. Now once you manage to finish your missions and you get all your rewards, your items, your Blackstone currency, you can then go to your customization and start customizing your squads. This is again another great aspect of this game. The customization is absolutely amazing. You can do simple things which we haven't seen in some of the latest 40k games, like customizable colors. You can go in and make your own Mechanicus little faction. For me, I picked yellow because I'm a massive Imperial Fist fanboy, so I thought, screw it, I'm going to do a nice little yellow Mechanicus faction. But you can go in, you can do pure white, pink and white, red, purple, you know, all the colors which you could think you can have. You can mix them up and then you can make your own little forces. Now when it comes to stuff like weapons and augmentations and stuff, this is another fantastic feature in the game. The more you put into the game, the more you play the game, the more you challenge yourself, you can unlock some of the greater items in the game. My tech priest is 001001. It's basically Valrak in binary. A lot of ones, lots of zeros. I've put a lot of effort into this guy to make him an absolute badass. And if you've seen on the screen now, for me, he looks like a badass because he's got like these little spider legs. He's got all the guns, all the servo arms coming off him. When this guy gets into combat, he's an absolute beast. And it makes me proud that I've made him like this. So when I deploy him actually on the battlefield, I don't want to lose him. I don't want him to die because he is a character that I've made, that I feel attached to. I haven't had this in any 40k game for many, many years. Now, one of the things that truly stands out in this game, and it's something that we normally take for granted, is the sound design. The sound design in this game is truly an experience on its own. The soundtrack in this game deserves to be released on like iTunes or wherever you bloody release it these days. I would pay proper money just to have this soundtrack so I can go around and play it in my car and hum 001 for the Omnissiah, because the soundtrack is absolutely glorious. Now, I'm not really into listening to soundtracks and stuff when I play video games. I normally turn them all the way down. For those of you who watch my streams when I play video games, you probably never hear music because I just think it gets in the way. But with the soundtrack on this, it really adds to the atmosphere of the game. Whoever did it has truly understood what the Mechanicus is and what 40k is and how it really affects the atmosphere of the game you're playing in. And this goes with the sound design, with the weapons and the movement and the speech of the characters, the dialogue between the characters. This is all incorporated in this as well. It's absolutely fantastic on what they've achieved. Just the conversations you have between the Magoses or who, you know, the tech priests and stuff like that, the like kind of binary kind of speech and they have really adds to the experience. Now, when I sat down with one of the producers and I asked him about this, he basically said all they did is they recorded their meetings and then they basically just like jumbled it into a sound thing, and you know, it came out like that. And that was, you know, it's so easy to do, but yet it has such a really good effect when you actually come to play the game and sit down and listen to these Mechanicus chaps just talk to each other. It really is so cool. If you're still sitting on the fence, then I beg you to jump off and join the Holy Omnissiah in prayer, because you will love this game if you're a 40k fan. The love they have for the lore, the love they have for the design of bringing the IP to life in the way they've done in the Mechanicus fashion is absolutely amazing. The game itself is going for £23 now over on Steam, which is an absolute steal. This game is definitely worth more, but they're not putting it like that. Just props to them. Fantastic job. I prefer lower prices. Props to the studio for actually going down that route. If you want to give them a little bit more cash because the game is that amazing, they do have a Mechanicus Omnissiah edition, and in that you get the original soundtrack, which is worth like £15 on its own. No lie, that is how good the soundtrack is. You get a nice short story, an short story should I say, and an arch weapon in game for your tech priest, and you get a nice fancy art book. If you want to check out the game, I've put the link in the description of this video to the Steam page. I beg you, just go and look at it and look at some videos. It really is just a fantastic, well designed Warhammer 40,000 game. It will not let you down. You'll be stuck into this, reading all the dialogue, having laughs, having, you know, little smiles whilst they bicker back and forth. It is truly an amazing 40k game. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for listening to me raffle on for the past 9 minutes, however long I've been doing it for. Really, just go and check out the game. You will not be let down. I'm having an absolute blast. The way I'm doing it, I'm streaming it as much as I can, and I'm playing it along with the community, myself and the community making the decisions. It's a really, really fun experience because, you know, we can click the wrong icons, we can take the wrong paths, we can do so much damage to ourselves, we can achieve so much for ourselves all at the same time. It really is a great 40k experience. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've played the game, if you've got any feedback about it at all, please leave it below in the comment section. I would love to see what you chaps think of this game, and is it just not me that's just completely in love with this game since, you know, I've just loaded it up? I would love to see what you chaps think as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you all very, very soon. See you now, and bye bye.